Hey Woven ladies, Janice Rivera here, back with my Woven Words Wednesday. Now some of you may be wondering why I've been so silent and what happened to Woven. Now so much has happened since we last saw each other in May. In June, I completed a business apprenticeship called Awaken Pathfinders, and I did so well that I received Best Presenter Award. This was such an accomplishment for me, considering I was so nervous and intimidated about speaking in front of all these serious and accomplished business professionals. So of course, when I was finished, I was feeling like I was on top of the world. Now, you know that feeling, right? Like I thought nothing could go wrong. Well, guess what? Things changed and fast. So here's a quick rundown of what happened to me. Number one, on the night of my graduation ceremony, my dad went into the hospital with COVID. Now that was a very scary time for me, but thankfully, praise Jesus, he did come home. Number two, some of you know that my son Jaden moved to Georgia to finish high school and to help his grandmother. And his plan after graduation was to join the Air Force. So he started the enlistment process in Georgia, but his grandmother then decided to sell her home and move to Florida. So Jaden decided to come back home to stay with us while he finished his enlistment. Well, unfortunately, this process is taking a lot longer than we all had anticipated. And having an adult child move back home has definitely brought some challenges. Now, I won't go into details, but I'm sure my empty nester moms can definitely relate. Number three is that many of you know that we own a real estate and mortgage company. And many of you also know that over the last several months, there has been some crazy volatility in the market. Now, especially with interest rates rising, this, along with the recent inflation, concerns of a recession, has definitely caused some fears among the consumers. Now, we are always aware that there's going to be ebbs and flows in business. However, with the temporary changes to our income, we definitely had to make some financial adjustments. That included me picking up more anesthesia hours. And all of this led to my number four, which was putting Woven on hold. Now, with all of these unexpected changes, I realized that I needed to shift my priorities. Now, when a family member has a health scare, or your finances change, or your home situation becomes different, or maybe things happen to one of your kids, it definitely puts things in perspective. I realized that I need to focus on what truly matters and to take some things off of my plate, which unfortunately included Woven. But to be honest, during the season, I became frustrated, bitter, and angry. Why? Because life did not turn out the way I had expected. And I'm sure if you can relate to that, right? It was also during this time that I realized I needed to lean in more to God. I needed to sharpen my faith and figure out what He wanted for my life. So I decided to read more of His Word and remember God's promises for my life. I also joined some women's support groups and received some professional counseling, which was super helpful for me. I focused on doing some self-care, which included things such as changing my eating habits, exercising more, and of course saying no to certain things. And finally, I listened to some inspirational podcasts and read some personal development books. And the one book that really impacted me was recommended by a friend, and it completely changed my perspective. This book right here, Embrace Your Almost by Jordan Lee Dooley. Now this book here, along with the things I had mentioned earlier, really helped me to navigate the disappointments I was facing. It also allowed me to redefine what success really means. And this book inspired me so much, I decided to do a series of workshops on it. So, some of you may be asking, Janice, what's next for Woven? Well, first, I decided to change the mission of Woven and redefine the pillars of success. And you can check those out on my website to find out more. Now, let me be clear. Woven will still be a platform for professional women from all seasons of life where we can gather together, build a community where we can get mentorship, support in our personal and professional lives. The biggest difference will be that our meetings will be more intentional and definitely more interactive. So, starting this upcoming weekend on Saturday, September 10th at a new location here in San Diego, we will be launching into a new series based on this life-changing book, Embrace Your Almost. Our first meeting will just be an introduction to the book, how it impacted my life, and why I believe it will change yours too. We will have a breakfast potluck, so bring a dish to share. And be ready to have some deep discussions, make some new friends, as well as there will be opportunity for ministry time for those who maybe need prayer for things in their personal or professional lives. And for those of you who can't attend in person, no worries, we got you too. We will also have monthly online group meetings so you can engage with other like-minded women and you can discuss how this book has impacted you as well. Now, you can order this book on Amazon on all the different formats. And our first online event will be on Wednesday, September 28th. Of course, all of this still is free for you to join. So to find out more about the changes I just mentioned, as well as our upcoming meetings, please go to our website at www.wovensandiego.com. Thanks for listening. I'm Janice Rivera, the founder of Woven, where we are empowering women one connection at a time.